if you'd like to walk through it with me. And I see we've been having lots of praise shared in the praise channel, which is amazing. We are going to start by doing a check-in. I see that we have maybe one new person joining us today, which is amazing. Welcome, Mia. Or Maya. So I'll give a description during our check-in. Each person has the opportunity to give praise, self-praise, or praise to our fellow contributors and family members on the things that we want to honor them for and acknowledge them for over the past week, or just in general. We try to limit our praise to about 45 seconds to keep things flowing efficiently, and also write our praise in the praise channel on Discord ahead of time, or otherwise we'll be tracking it during the call. And you can always add things in there later. You just put !praise and then tag with the @ symbol someone's Discord username, and that's how we're able to track it for source cred. And then after your turn, please pass the microphone to someone else who is in the room with us so they can go for their turn. I can get us started. Also, if you have any agenda requests that aren't already on the agenda, you can request them during your turn. This is Forrest. I don't have any additional agenda requests. I would like to praise the comms team for hacking together on the Giveth circle descriptions on Friday and continuing to move that forward. I'd like to praise Donna for taking some self-care time when she wasn't feeling well this past week. I'd like to praise Lauren for creating the Give design components doc and then guiding a team discussion to make sure that everyone's on the same page and in alignment. I would like to praise Kai for, honoring the family and his role as father and taking some paternity leave time, but also checking in and keeping some Giveth operational things going. So that's amazing. And I would love to praise Donna and Griff, particularly for bringing Donna on for the Give Economy team. We're onboarding her for the PM role so that I can also do the same and be present with this motherhood transition in about a month or so. So thanks so much. And I will pass the mic to Mitch.
Thanks, everyone. Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay, good. I'm in the forest right now. In the other forest. I put my praise in the praise channel, and I'm going to bring it up here. I'd like to praise Mohammed for working on the Giveth Trace analytics. Almost done. Matteo for making it home safely. Griff for his research and insight into DAppNode and the token economics. Praise the comms team and Danny for QA on proposing the circle descriptions. Marco for onboarding new contributors and his design work. Hannah for meeting up with the Costa Rica crew. Rodri Castillo and Mosaid for becoming new Givethers. And Lauren for her steadfast work on the Giveth economy and managing the Twitter. No agenda requests. I just noticed on the agenda we didn't include the link for the platform description that's currently on the forum right now. And I will pass it to Amin.
Hi, I want to praise Griff and Donna for pushing and the US token. I want to praise Matteo for onboarding Carlos. I want to praise Mohammed, Mitch for the analytic job. That's great. I want to praise Ramin for his contribution. He's optimizing and improving the guest race continuously. I want to praise Marco and Monique for finding another new designer which will help us and integration to both application. I want to praise Chori for his contribution on integrating Sentry and build in making the CI complete and pushing the code source code map to the Sentry. And I want to praise Kai because he's a father and he's off for 3 months, but he's still contributing to the US and help us. Yeah, I pass it to Willie.
Thanks, Amin. Morning, everybody. I posted some praise in the channel. This is just what I was able to see in my own corner this past week, but I know more happened. But specifically what I was able to see and appreciate was Mitch setting up a call with Ramp Network, pushing the fiat stuff forward. Unfortunately, they confirmed that we can't do the ideal payment flow yet, at least with their service. Maybe something like PayPal, an actual payment processor, could enable that like fiat donation crypto receipt on the other end. But I had a good call with them around how we can at least experiment with like adding a buy crypto button and not putting any fees on top of it. So that seems like a good next step. Thanks, Mitch, for setting that up. Praise Lauren and Griff, who are coming to visit Colorado soon to ensure the Give economy is launched expeditiously. Appreciate you guys making that happen so we can definitely get a lot of work done. Praise Ashley for taking initiative to optimize source cred. And then praise Danny and Hannah for hacking on payment coordination. All right, and let's see, who has not gone? Donna, have you gone yet?
No, not yet.
I'll pass to you.
Okay. Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, I praise Griff for being a great mentor, and although his schedule is packed, he's dedicated many times like the slots to our catch-up meeting and trainings. And thanks for the great session on Give Economy Roadmap and DAppNode. I praise Bowen for scheduling meetings with me and dedicated time to answer all my questions. I praise Forrest for always being there to support all of us with her enthusiastic approach. And I praise Monique and Amin also for always being there. And whenever I have a question or got stuck, they just give whatever they can. And also I praise everyone for their contribution to Giveth mission. So let's see. Okay, I pass to Lauren.
Hi, everybody. Cool. Okay, I wrote some praise in the praise channel as well. I want to praise Mitch, Ashley, Forrest, Danny Bell for working on the circle subscriptions and getting them up on the forum. I'm super excited about that. We can keep pushing forward with it. I want to praise Ashley for supporting and communicating with the broader community, helping everybody who enters the Discord. I want to praise Marco for starting the Giveth design system and helping to orient new design contributors for great communication around the Giveth economy designs and always responding to comments in the Figma. I want to praise Rodri Castillo and Mosaidi for jumping into Giveth designs as well. I want to praise Hannah for working on getting more involved in Giveth, for being a great house guest, and for literally making me cry with her supportive and sweet words of affirmation. I want to praise Danny and Hannah for working on Hannah's job description and trying to get her more involved in governance. I want to praise Mateo for being my internet best friend, for helping solve all my problems, both Giveth related and not Giveth related, and for great music recommendations that keep me motivated. I want to praise James for chatting with me and introducing me to Kernel and just like getting more oriented in the overall space and building more connections. I want to praise Griff for supporting Donna and helping getting her onboarded and for pushing everything forward with the Give economy, including communicating with OneHive and DAppNode. Just making sure everything moves forward. And I also want to praise Willie and Griff and Hannah for helping me get oriented on this like upcoming mission to Denver and offering tips and places to crash and ways to get there and addresses to mail things to. And I want to praise Monique, Amin, Ramin, Mohammed, Tarek for consistent, steady effort and attention moving Giveth forward, stabilizing the dApps, and just being willing to help when always possible. And with that, I'll pass it to Carlos.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Give me a second. I would like to praise everyone that's now on board on the team, and Griff, Mateo, and Mitch, Willie that went to the event. I saw the pictures, really cool. And in general, I have been a little bit away. I had a rough week last week, but I'm back here and ready to help. So I'll pass it to who hasn't gone, really. Griff.
Yeah, I'm a good person for that. So I want to praise Donna for jumping in the Give Economy work and meeting on a Saturday to get a jump start. I want to praise Amin, Mohammed, Monique, Ramin for their great work on making Trace so stable and easy. We had a happy money story party time, and there were no issues. No issues. Every trace was easy. Everyone figured it out. So great work on the trace side. I want to praise Marco for all the awesome Figmas on the Give Economy stuff. And also praise Marco for finding 2 new designers, Mo and Rodri, showing them how to and testing them out, and qualifying their work that it's a good fit. And also want to praise Marco for saying no to a couple of designers as well, which is also really important. I want to praise Willie for the great advice on the Denver stuff and being willing to share his spot with us when we get into town. I want to praise Bowen for being so reliable on clicking that button every week, multiple times. Make sure we all get paid on Giveth Trace and all the payments go out. Super amazing work there. I want to praise Lauren for consistent, beautiful work on Twitter and the great idea of using our Twitter account to highlight projects on Giveth, which is a great idea. I want to praise Monstrosity, Dan, and a few other people that I can't think of off the top of my head that are helping me add some more DAOs to the Give Drop list, the more charity DAOs that we can find. I want to praise Frashell for being a great payment angel, praise Gabby for his work pushing Give Gardens out, and praise Amin for taking on all the Solidity magic that he does. And and with that, I will pass it to Ashley.
Thanks, Griff. Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. I'm doing pretty good. It feels like it's going to be a productive week. It's already been a productive morning, so it's great to see all of you guys and come together. And I have some praise. I have a lot that I put in the Discord channel, but some that I'm really excited about is I want to praise Monique for getting the dev meetings aligned and really taking steps to integrate both teams, as well as both teams taking steps to integrate the applications and moving forward. And it's with the vision of one Giveth, and that's really exciting to me. I want to praise all the people that were involved in getting collaborating on these community circle descriptions, getting them up in the forum so we can move forward with our structure and gain some clarity and definition there. I want to praise Lauren, of course, for everything she always does on Twitter. It takes so much more strategy and planning than I think we're all aware, and she does a great job of that all the time. And I want to praise Mia for joining our call, and Marco and the new designers, and for the thing that he's working on, the design thing for both platforms and moving forward with that. I think that will be helpful for new people coming on. And what else do I got? Oh yeah, I think I missed this last week, but I wanted to praise Griff and Willie for the presentation at the Taoist and just announcing the Give Economy while in Paris. And also I got Hannah on here too. I'm excited. She's going to get more involved with our team, and she's working towards creating a role description and to propose to move forward and become more full-time and take some of the tasks from Danny and help with governance and support in that area, because it seems that we're missing some people in that team. So that's awesome. And with that, I'll pass it to Mateo.
Hey guys, can you listen to me? Yeah? All right. So this week was crazy. So I was pretty much away half of it. So I wrote every praise in the praise channel. So I just want to focus on one of them because I suck at reading. But I want to make this one publicly because it's crazy. I mean, the fact that I was in Paris, I want to praise Griff for that effort because, oh my God, man, that was the best experience I've had in over like 2 years since pandemic began. That was like, I cannot believe that happened. And hugging Willie, Mitch, you, man, and everybody that I could meet there was a surreal experience, and I cannot be more thankful for that. And I have to express it publicly. So praise to you, man, for making that possible. Without it, that would have been like nothing. Like, I cannot believe it. So praise to everyone that I met there. Praise to everyone that is in the team, and I want to meet eventually. So love you all, and every other praise, it's written in there. Go read it. I don't care. I love you. I'll pass it to Hannah. Or Daniel.
Sure, I'll jump in there. I just switched off the praise channel. Where's the praise channel? There it is. Okay, let's see. I have a bunch of praise in here. Praising Donna for jumping in and meeting with everybody, learning, and I can see through her praise where it is that she's connecting. I want to praise Hannah for coming and really diving into these spreadsheets and we're finding so many things and ways that we can improve it. I want to praise Ashley for her work going into SourceCred and finding where some of the glitches are in there that are affecting our numbers. And also Ashley for being amazing on the Discord, answering so thoroughly and compassionately all of the requests from our project creators. Let's see, where's me again? Oh, praise Ashley, Lauren, Hannah, and me for holding a fancy dress dinner and going through some amazing coordination, process, and roles discussions, and also getting nice photos of us. I want to praise Ramin, Monique, Mohammed, Merlin, Hannah, and Bowen, all for having consistent recognition and praise over the last 3 months, qualifying them to receive our gift token distribution this month. I want to praise Mitch, his epic writing and editing skills. The voice of Giveth is just cleaner and cleaner, and every time I read things you write, Mitch, I'm just really delighted and amazed. Praise Rodri Mosaid for jumping into Giveth right away, and Mia for joining our call today and doing the hack session to learn how to use Giveth. And I want to praise Ashley, Forrest, Mitch, Lauren, myself for keeping the mission, vision, and values train going, getting the goals, the great descriptions up, the docs edited, it all looks fabulous. And again, to Lauren for just slaying the Twitter. It's looking so good in there. All right, that's all I got on there for now. Hannah, I'll pass it to you if you are there now.
Yeah, I hope you guys can hear me. My Wi-Fi's I'm at the airport. It's not great, but my praise is in the praise channel. I want to praise Lauren, Danny, Ashley for welcoming me to Costa Rica, and Forrest for we couldn't meet up, but we tried. And then teaching me so much. For praise to Danny for meeting with me and kind of seeing what I can take off of her plate in terms of creating a role description, for maybe taking on more work at Giveth. And then also praise to Marco for his design work. Praise to Donna for getting more involved. Griff for helping me get more involved. And also praise to Mateo, Lauren, Danny, and Ashley for helping me craft the role proposal and edit it and everything. And I will pass it to Mia or Maya.
Mia, you're muted. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, sorry, there I go. Hey, this is Mia. Nice to meet everyone. I'd just like to give some praise to Akron for training me on Giveth this week and helping Fikamorpho to register and hopefully list soon. And just to Ackley, Lauren, and Danny Bell for always being such positive brand ambassadors. Thanks. And I'm not sure who to hand it over to. Whoever hasn't gone.
Josh, have you gone yet?
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and I'll just praise all of you because I don't know anything to praise specifically for, so I'll just praise everybody for everything you're doing. All I know about the Giveth project, it's pretty freaking awesome. So nice job, thank you. And pass it off to, I think maybe that's it, or is there still someone else?
I think everyone has gone at this point. Are we missing anyone? Amin, have you gone? Okay, awesome. Amazing. We got a big team today. That's really beautiful. I'm going to share my screen in Notion, especially for those new contributors joining us. I would love to just open it up for a few minutes. Those of you who were in Paris, if you would like to just share any highlights or like things you learned or something cool that you experienced, connections you made. I think it's really cool that we had a few team members over there in Europe at this conference and representing Giveth. So I just want to open the space for that for a moment.
It was awesome hugging Mateo. I can confirm that was definitely one of the highlights. It's much different being able to finally meet these people that we hang out with virtually every week, finally getting to meet in person and hug it out. That was definitely one of the highlights. My other big highlight was seeing Griff present the Give economy. First of all, it was super cool because he got the whole presentation together in a couple hours and it was awesome. And but people loved it. Like, it was really amazing to see everyone's reaction to it. And I mean, I will admit that a lot of the people in the audience are friends of Griff or of Giveth, so I think that definitely helped. So there was some bias in the air. But seriously, out of all the talks I saw at Dallas, which were all really, really great talks, the reaction to the Giveth presentation was like hands down the most overwhelmingly positive. There was, people were really excited to hear about it. And so I thought that was really cool because there were a lot of concepts in there, like GURPS, that aren't necessarily the easiest to grok, but people got it and they liked it. And so, and that, that was pretty consistent with the reactions I heard from everyone that I talked to about Giveth. Lots of people love Giveth. They already know about it. Or the people who didn't know about it and heard about it for the first time thought it was really cool. I went to some cool DAO talk in the forest with Lorelei, and there was somebody there who is mainly focused day to day on like working with activist projects and hadn't heard about Giveth, but is absolutely going to come check out Giveth now because it was like the perfect solution for enabling these activist groups who can't get bank accounts to actually be able to like accept donations. So that was really cool. And yeah, I'd say if I had to pick a few highlights, those were the ones that really stood out to me. It was an amazing week, and was really honored to be able to represent Giveth up there.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the highlights. Obviously, Giveth had the random talk that we got. I actually got on stage a few times in that Taoist. I wasn't supposed to get on stage once. That was kind of funny. But the people, of course, being able to see out with Mitch. I haven't seen Mitch in years. I haven't seen Mateo in years. I feel like I saw, maybe we haven't met I feel like I've seen Willie recently, but maybe not. I can't remember. It must have been last time I was in Denver, I guess. And so it was just really good to see everybody in person, and also old Givethers like Chris, and of course seeing James and all that. It was just really nice. But the adventure I had with Mateo was probably the best. I mean, come on, we like met up in Switzerland and snuck across the border. It was like these are stories that we'll have forever. So it was just really, really cool. And then to top it all off, we all got COVID. No, actually, I think Mateo, you stayed clean, right? You didn't get COVID.
I'm negative.
Oh, that's great. That's great news. But I will say that I'm glad that we could have that event, because after that, I don't know that there'll be that many more events because, I guess COVID's still a thing. Mitch, did you have any comments for Paris?
Yeah, I think my big highlight was finally seeing Willie on like the third or fourth day. I've just been hearing about Willie, that he's here. He's like some sort of like secret rumor, and then finally getting to see him was pretty awesome. And then that moment during the Taoist when we all just like left and got steak dinner and talked shop about Giveth, that was like a pretty awesome moment where we finally all got to meet. Yeah, that's my highlights.
Yeah, for me, I have to say that the presentation in the Taoist was crazy. When Gris mentioned the GURPS, everybody went nuts, so we should keep that name totally. But yeah, my highlights, besides all the learning from all of you and that adventure with Gris from crossing Switzerland illegally, learning how to drive and breaking like 5 rules at once, that was, I cannot believe it. So Griff has this saying that he only breaks 1 rule at a time. I had to fuck that and say, okay, I'll break like 5 at a time, just out of your sake. So no, anyway, meeting Willie, Mitch, you look all cool through camera, and meeting you was like, no man, you are cooler than that. I love you all, and that was amazing. Also, James is so tall. I couldn't believe how tall that guy is. I miss him also. So yeah, I'll pass it back to you first.
I'm really glad we did that. That was nice to hear. It kind of gave me a snippet, feeling like I'm there in person with you too. I'm sure I'm like half of James's height. Amazing. Well, thank you guys so much for sharing your highlights. That's beautiful. I'm glad you were able to connect in person and get some positive feedback from making some announcements about the Give economy. Next, I would love to dig into our latest and greatest update around our mission, vision, values, and circles. So what we've passed so far are the Giveth vision, now the values, clarifying the advice process, the structure of our 3 circles. And as you can see in the forum, I've got hyperlinks here. All 3 of our circles now have proposals live on the forum for their descriptions. So please, advice process that we've decided on is these will be up for at least 5 days to receive your likes, your rejections, your comments with feedback. This is the community circle, the governance circle, and the product development circle. There's links in the Notion agenda here, so you can easily do those. And then after we've received advice, can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can.
It seems like there was some cutting out. Okay, thumbs up. Cool. Awesome. We'll have those up for 5 days at least, and then once we've received feedback, those will either go as is or potentially be adapted and go to a vote on Aragon for hopefully passing. And then the next step after that is similar to the workshopping we did for the Giveth vision. We'll be doing that for the Giveth mission. So stay tuned, stay participating, and yeah, give us your feed forward. Anybody have any major questions or comments? Everyone knows how to use the Giveth forum. Okay, word, forum.giveth.com, and all of the links are here. Okay, so governance. Monique just posted a proposal like in the past hour or 2 about what we discussed on our last governance call, which is the 2 dev teams holding the same sprint schedule and scrum ceremonies and like integrating that together, particularly since Mateo is holding it down over there. I think it makes some good sense for us to integrate. So there's a link to this forum proposal here, and now it is ready for advice process. So please also put your comments there. And then, of course, we have our governance meeting tomorrow morning. As always, open it up and see if there are any discussion requests. I put in here, we could have some open space. Anyone wants to talk about the circle descriptions. It's more efficient, I think, if you just capture that in the forum, but we could have for that. And I'm curious if I went through. Go ahead, Danny.
Yeah, I really feel strongly we need to use our governance meeting tomorrow to follow up on a bunch of stuff that Hannah and I figured out when we were hacking on the spreadsheets. There's a variety of interesting things we're finding with how SourceCred tracks to create those percentages for the distributions. Also, the correction for the PAN overpayment once we fixed those formulas and made some changes. There's some significant things to work through. I think we need to use most of the hour tomorrow to actually look at those together. And I also think we will probably need to schedule a separate session with somebody, maybe the lead or just someone from each of the 3 circles to take a look at the distributions and finalize them. I don't feel comfortable doing that myself. I think we need to have someone from each circle review it. So it's going to be our primary subject tomorrow is the recalculations on the PAN payout percentages and formulas. Hannah and I have some really great ideas for how to create a new tracking spreadsheet that works through this stuff. And I know she's been talking to Mateo as well about some changes in the formulas. So I think that's going to take up the majority of our time tomorrow. And also, we will probably need to schedule a meeting for every 4 weeks for the circles to review the percentage distributions, the formulas, and just really, as we get data, we're just learning so much right now. We need to distribute that information and make some good decisions around how to use the numbers. And you guys know, I'm really great with words. I suck with numbers. This is really painful for me. God bless you, Hannah. And if there's anybody else who really loves spreadsheets and formulas, come on and play. Forrest,
Okay,
I'm handing it
amazing.
back.
So
There you go.
Okay, thank you. Awesome. So we'll be using our time to talk about data and numbers and spreadsheets and payments and all the things. Oh my, tomorrow, please join our governance call. It's at 8 a.m. Mountain Time, Costa Rica time, as always. All right, so now let's dig into our DAP updates. Let me just check. No, Monique is not with us. He let us know he probably wouldn't be, and he already shared his updates. So they're in the middle of sprint 12. Amin is not in this sprint. They just started the verification flow for making projects traceable. They're working on improvements in the delegation modal, removing dependencies in the UI, and working on front sentry monitoring, adding React source map, and they're starting to set a limit rate for better security. Are there any other updates that would like to be shared by anyone else on the Trace team?
Yeah, thank you. We have started to implementing the creating traceable project. The verified project from Giveth.io. If you want to, what was the name of the project? I forgot that. Now, moving a project from Giveth.io to Giveth Trace to make a verified project traceable. They have started the backend. The front end is still the Marco has designed, and we will the only important point is that how Marco is designed. The Marco is designed in a way that it's used the component which are implemented in Giveth.io, not use Trace. So we are thinking about starting the idea of combining the both projects and sharing components. The new designer has new designer started to define better better design for what was the name? I forgot it. In the matter that it designs something that we can use that for all the components, for the buttons. Every single component can be designed once, and in whole the application can be used once, and we can share those design in Giveth.io and Giveth Trace. So for this matter, we are thinking about maybe making both the project Giveth.io and Giveth Trace have the same stack, specifically Next.js. Matthew knows what I'm saying, and we are investigating whether can we migrate Giveth Trace to Next to finally merge to Giveth.io and Giveth Trace together and have a final just one application. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amin. That's awesome and good context to have around the designs. Okay, I'll pass it to Matteo for Giveth.io.
Yeah. That sounds amazing what Amin was saying. I was away pretty much half the week that happened. So I'm looking forward to be meeting with the whole Trace team and see how we can merge and make all that happen. Until then, yesterday I worked on some of the things that I left in there, mainly the issue that we were adding a dash one or whatever to the projects, and that was getting really confusing for everyone. So with the help of Carlos, we got that working already on the stage. I will try to move that all to live because it's kind of annoying to everyone that is editing the projects and all of that. So besides that, I want to keep working on the integration with Trace that is basically listing all the projects. So far, it's only linking to the Trace route, but I want to make maybe the same design that we currently have, only saying that the project is traceable. That's it. I don't have anything else to add. Just looking forward how these merge or combination of projects will happen in the future. I'll pass it back to you first.
Thank you, Matteo. Okay, so just to give some updates around the Give economy, we're nearing the end of Sprint 12. We have our closing and retrospective call tomorrow at 7 a.m. Mountain, Costa Rica time. There's a link here in the Notion agenda to our Google Calendar invite. It should also be on the Giveth calendar. So please join if you're a part of the team, if you're participating in these priorities, or if you're just interested in contributing and staying on the pulse with Give economy stuff. So updates on our priorities. We've been making a lot of progress on our design priorities. We've been supporting the design process for give backs and the give drop. You can see our give design components document that we've been hacking on together here. Also, Marco has been incorporating the give stream into the give drop mockups in Figma. We have, used this Notion document to create some clear design deliverables for Marco and the design team, which has really helped to keep things flowing. He's been really putting a lot of focus and attention on Give economy stuff recently, which is amazing. And I believe still in progress adding the Give stream, like kind of orienting our dashboard. For the Give Garden, we have this GitHub issue here. We're working on resolving the dynamic issuance rate. The OneHive team is working on it and has acknowledged that this is something that can be resolved, but it's not yet completed. And I think we're going to have...
It's
resolved now?
It's resolved, yeah. We're just going to turn it off for the beginning, and we can we can re-enable it later.
Okay.
Can you say that again?
We're gonna turn off the dynamic issuance from at the start, and right now they're working. It's very likely that they will. There's already a vote in OneHive right now that's going to fund a project to redo the issuance module that they have, and include a circulating supply aspect, and also include kind of fix the way issuance works because it's not clean. And since we have the give stream going, I think what we can do is we can just turn it to 0. Basically just turn off burning or minting to start. And when the new issuance module comes out, we can upgrade our DAO to include it.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you, Griff. So then for DAppNode, we had some priorities to support DAppNode through some PR and community support and staking things, playing around with the airdrop and the release, and then just taking notes of how things are going for their benefit and also for ours. And we've been doing a great job of that. And we were able to support DAppNode, and now they've got like some internal resolutions, so we're a little bit less hands-on at the moment until perhaps they need us more in the future. So great job there, team. For onboarding, it's been going really great. Onboarding with Donna, she's been having lots of one-on-one sessions with myself and Griff and Marco and Lauren and all the people. And then also a part of onboarding is our project verification that Ashley has been pioneering, and all of that is running smoothly. And yeah, just continuing those iterations. And I believe Ashley's going to be creating a private Discord channel to move the communication over to a channel rather than direct messaging for project verification related things. For the give drop, this is something kind of a part of Donna's onboarding. She's taking this deliverable and hacking with Griff on it in the process of revisiting our give drop list of folks and just seeing if we want to add any additional partner DAOs or communities so that we can spread our reach. So Donna, if you're on, I'll just pass it to you for a second if you want to give any updates there.
Well, we had a meeting with Bowen and Griff, and Griff is going to take some of the DAOs that we don't have the addresses for, and we don't know which other verified DAOs there. So he tweeted, I don't know, Griff, what's the result?
Still in progress, but hopefully,
okay.
I'd love some retweets on my charity DAO requests. If you guys can find my tweets and retweet so that they can get a little bit more reach, and we can find out if there's other charity DAOs out there.
Okay, and me and Bowen have 2 or 3 meetings during the week to find some of the addresses, and yeah, that's the update. I think till Wednesday we should have all of it, right, Griff? Or okay. Yeah, that's the update. So
awesome. Thank you so much, Donna. Okay, beautiful. So that is in progress and moving along well. And then our final thing is just around give mining. So there's a link here to the forum post. The advice process is complete, but if you have any other feedback, please throw it in there, as we haven't yet put this over to Aragon voting. But I think that now that Paris has commended, we'll be able to do that and get this live for voting as well this week. Okay. Any questions around Give Economy or other updates anyone from the team would like to share? Bueno. Okay, for communications, we've already discussed this, so don't need to dig in more, but we've been leading the MVV and circle descriptions progress. We've been collaborating on documentation, creating some content around the contributors guide, the Give Economy, searching for and updating missing documents, updating the What is Giveth page. So we've been doing that. Also, I'll just see, Lauren, if there's any update on when this will be scheduled, or if you and Tommy did wind up doing it. But we're working on doing a meta radio podcast interview, and that's something cool that we will share and promote afterwards once we get the edited link back.
Oh yeah, that hasn't been done yet. It's been actually really difficult to coordinate with Tommy. We keep scheduling things, and then he's not ready or something. So I don't know if or when that will happen, but I'll keep you posted.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. And yeah, just acknowledging that we've had some awesome pre-official announcement broadcast and talk opportunities for the Give Economy. And so we just talked a little bit in our last comms call about our strategy for sharing those things. So before we have talks, we're kind of sharing little promos on social media so people can tune in. Afterwards, we're sharing that rich content link to continue building hype, but we're not actively promoting info around our airdrop until it's says 11%, until it's 110% locked in. And we had talked about not promoting the term GERVs. That's funny, Mateo, when we heard you say that went well, so maybe that's something we'll continue the discussion of. No, I'm getting some shaking nose and a strong X from Lauren. Okay, cool. So we'll cut GERVs. Cool. Branded presentation templates. So it was awesome that Griff was able to have this last minute opportunity to speak at the Taoist, and also recognizing that, we may have more things like that come up. So just wanting a desire to work with the design team on having some awesome branded presentation templates at the ready that we can always use and kind of copy and adapt. So the comms team personally is going to work on creating a list of content that we want the design team to include in those templates. And then finally, Marco put together some nice copy punchlines, and the comms team is working on building this out a bit more that we can use on social media and in presentations and things like that. Any other updates from anyone on the comms team or questions for the comms team? Okay. Ashley, I'll pass the mic to you. It looks like you've got a few community updates.
Yeah, I put a couple bullet points here in the agenda. The first one is, I know we've touched on it already, but the source cred has been having a few glitches, and maybe some people's accounts aren't marked as active, and so they're not accruing cred correctly. So I'm going to be reaching out to confirm accounts for Discord, GitHub, and the forum to make sure that we have you active in the system, and creating a place where we store that information so that we have it all up to date and can activate people as they come in. So that being said, if you haven't already created a forum account, please go ahead and do that so that we can get that into source cred, and you can get cred for interacting within the forum and on the giving feedback on the proposals. There's a category in the forum called forum feedback. So if you have any feedback on how the forum is structured or different categories that we could add or any kind of ideas there, go ahead and make a topic in the forum feedback area. And then the last thing I put is the TEC gravity training is going to be starting soon. I think later this month. So anybody who's interested in being involved with conflict resolution or taking part in that gravity training, keep an eye out for the dates so that we can start to implement gravity within Giveth, or at least exploring the option of implementing gravity with Giveth. So those are my 3 things.
Amazing. And Ashley, where should one stay tuned if they want to hear those updates? Is there a channel you'll be posting about that stuff in?
You mean for the gravity stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it in one of the channels. I wonder, I don't know, maybe general is the best. That way people who are in the Telegram group also know.
Cool. Sounds good. Awesome. Thank you, Ashley. And does anyone have any operational updates to share? Questions, needs?
You guys see Discord launched their threads feature. So if we want, we could flip a switch and turn on threads in Discord. Unfortunately, it's not quite as cool as Slack threads are. But hopefully they'll improve it. It's just the kind of the beta version of the feature. Can we get any objections to turning on this threads feature in Discord? Cool.
Yeah, I looked into it a little bit. I just don't really understand how it works that well, but we can definitely try it out. We can always turn it off if it doesn't work.
Totally. Cool. We'll flip it on.
One question I had was once those threads are inactive, then are they archived somewhere where they're still accessible, or they just disappear?
That's a great question. So the weirdest thing about these threads is that you have to choose a time period where after which it will get archived, and hopefully that means that they're still accessible. Maybe it means that you can't add to the thread, but you can at least still read it. But that's a great question. I guess that we just turned it on, so now we can test it out and see what happens.
Very cool.
But yeah, I don't know. That was a very weird design decision. I don't know whose idea that was to have the threads be ephemeral.
Awesome. Thank you, Willie. Are there any other objections or questions about threads, or does anyone have any other operational updates? Okay, I noticed that we have about 6 minutes left on this call, and also we've got a Josh and a Mia, and I just want to give a moment in case, would you guys like to introduce yourself, maybe share your interest in Giveth, and just want to give you a moment to say hello. Maybe Josh, would you like to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. My name's Josh Foreman. I am currently the director of engineering at Shapeshift so I work closely with Willie a whole bunch. And I've been on a board of a nonprofit ever since I was in college. So, and I like donating to nonprofits, and currently on the Community Foundation of Boulder County. We have 70 million assets under management that we grant out and help donors grant out and that kind of stuff. So the whole idea behind Giveth that I've had multiple conversations with Willie about is super interesting to me. And then, for those who don't know, Shapeshift is converting to a DAO, right? Giveth is a DAO, so there's that. There's just lots of things about it that are attractive to me at this point. I'll be honest, Sundays at 10. This is the second call I've joined. I think the last one was maybe 3 or maybe 4 weeks ago. So I'm just hoping to join when I can and just absorb in the beginning. Love to find a way at some point that I can more actively be involved, but I'm just gonna kind of wait and see when that happens.
Thank you so much, Josh. It's really nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us today. Any friend of Willie's is a friend of ours. And then Mia, or Maya, I apologize if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, yes, my name is Mia, and I've been in Costa Rica for the last year and a half, where I met Danny Bell and Ashley and Lauren, and Griff briefly when he was here. And yeah, I'm just obviously heard a lot about Giveth, and just interested in what you guys are doing, and just sitting in and absorbing and just getting my head around terminology and all these kind of things, and see where maybe I can jump in or help out while I'm around. I have a background in project management for gaming software development for 15 years, but then I moved more into wanting to hone in on my healing skills and bringing together living a bit more of a natural life and a bit more in nature, but still having a technology interest and keeping up with what's happening out there. And that's me.
Very cool. And I might have missed, where are you located?
I'm in San Salvador at the moment. You and I actually met yesterday.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you're in Sansa. So nice. I love it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
So I'm around, yeah.
Welcome, bienvenidos.
Thank you.
Thanks for your interest. Awesome. Always love to have newcomers, and the energy and excitement around building the future of giving is palpable. And thank you guys. And with that, we are at the top of the hour. I just want to thank everyone so much for your time joining us this Sunday morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is in your zone. Sending so much love to everyone. I will send a link to the Notion meeting notes and the meeting notes channel on the Giveth Discord. And don't forget, you're always welcome to share praise in the praise channel at any time throughout the week. Thanks, you guys. Twinkle fingers and hearts.
Thanks, everybody.
Gracias.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Ciao.
Yeah.